Lord. Hello to the four that's in the chat. Hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming to Keto Girls Live. How are you? And thanks for coming. I can't see nobody. Three in the live. I'm going to try something new tonight, and hopefully it turns out right tonight. And today's topic is when exposing people turns deadly. When exposing people turns deadly. So once again, welcome to the four that's in the live. And I don't know if y'all saying anything or y'all just in the bushes looking, but I don't see no comments. So um, there you go. Simply a sweetheart. Welcome, Queen. Welcome. Blessings to you. The Gary Armstrong effect. Blessings. Heaven sent. Blessings. Short bus. Blessings. Yeah, I agree. The Gary Armstrong effect. Um, this kind of bothered me because there's been a lot of that going on YouTube lately. Folks exposing each other and not realizing what repercussions comes behind that. You have somebody that literally lost their life because they wanted to get on social media and expose someone. You know what I'm saying? Like literally lost their life for exposing someone, actually trying to extort someone. So you have to be mindful. You have to be careful of what you are saying to people, what you are putting out there, how you rotating in these YouTube streets, because you have to think about it. This is social media, yeah. Whether that be Facebook, whether that be Instagram, whether it be TikTok, whatever you communicating through, it's not hard to find you. It's not hard to Google your information. And people are on here literally destroying lives, not realizing that a lot of people that's on social media head is not wrapped too tight. It's a lot of people out here that are mentally ill, that goes through things on the daily and really have no regards for other people's lives because they don't even care about their life. So I'm gonna try to do the split screen today. When I get enough people in the live, um, and show a few clips of the lady that died from exposing down low men. So y'all have to bear with me. And I see my brother in here. I am so sorry. I was just running off at the mouth. So I didn't get a chance to speak to Chef Ala Curtis. Thanks, bro, for coming in. I really appreciate it. Thanks to the 10 in the live. Sincerely, A Lucy. Hey, sis, I'm really glad that you came in. Um, Let me see, did I miss anybody? True Lies, thanks for coming in. Hey, Keto and chat, good evening. Flawed to Perfection, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming, sis. I appreciate that. I just saw that story. It blew me away. How sad. Yes, it's very sad. Keitha, hey, darling. Thanks for coming in. If you have the ability to share me out, please share me out because I think that this is a great topic, although this is a sad topic, but this is a great topic to kind of like open you guys' eyes and just to see that, life is not promised to us. So we definitely got to get it together. We definitely got to love on each other. And I understand that everybody is not going to like each other, but if you don't like somebody, keep it moving. You definitely have to. Oh, okay then. Hey, Sunny T. Hey, thank you for coming in. I appreciate that, Mr. Wise. Thank you for coming in. Like I said, if you got the ability to share me out, please share me out because this topic, I just really, it was eating away at me, and I just really wanted to talk about it. So let me get into it, and I'm gonna play a few videos, and then I will put the link up if anybody want to get come up on the panel. And I ask that you come up with positive vibes only. Positive vibes only. If you want to get on the panel, you're more than welcome to after I show these clips. This stuff ain't worth losing your life over. We got to think before we act. Stop always thinking about a come up. That is absolutely correct, True Lies. You couldn't have said that better. I'm telling you. That's what I said. Everything ain't good for likes. Your life is not worth no likes. Period. Period. Gary said, this is something that will go on to the end of time. Bring me up on the panel. Okay, Gary, I will bring you up on the panel as soon as I get through playing these two clips. I just want y'all to see these clips. And if you can't stomach it, I'm sorry. Feel free to leave. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, you can go. I understand. So let me get to this video. Let me figure out how to do it. And then if you want to come on the panel, I'll let you come on the panel. Maria, hey, my love, how are you? I'm so glad to see you. Thank you so much for coming. Give me 1 second. I don't know why it's not showing. I don't know what's going on. Let me work on that real quick. Can y'all see it? Is it playing for y'all or how's that working out? It's my first time doing this, so I don't know. It's buffering. Okay, give me a second. Hey, Mimi. Thanks for coming in. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. We can see, but not playing. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Hold on. 1 second. And please forgive me. Close it and open it back up. We can see it. Okay. I don't know why it keep buffering like that. I'm not understanding what's going on, but if you guys can bear with me just for a second, let me see what's going on with this. I don't know, it's because I got a lot of tabs open, but let me see what's going on. Hey, J Don, thank you for coming in. I'm trying to get it together before I lose everybody because this subject is real sensitive to me and I really want to talk about it. But for whatever reason, it keeps buffering. So if you could bear with me, the 18 that's in the house, I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much. So I think I'm only going to do one at a time. If I do one at a time, then it may work. So you guys can't hear, you can't hear the video. What is going on? Can you hear me now? Okay, so like I said, I don't know what's going on with the video. This is crazy. Well, I can't hear it, or you guys. Well, I can hear it, but you guys can't hear it. So I'm gonna work on my skills a little bit more. I thought I had it down packed, but obviously I don't have it down packed. So pretty much this lady, yeah, I know, and that's crazy why you can't hear it. So I'm gonna try it one more time. And if you guys can't hear it, then I'm just gonna let that go and then we just gonna talk about it. So just give me 1 second. Like I said, just bear with me. It's 19 in the house, and I appreciate all you guys coming. I can hear you, but I can't hear the video. But let's keep talking. Okay. Give me 1 second, Gary Armstrong effect. 1 second. Because I really want y'all to see this video, and it's really touching to see somebody one day and they talking a whole bunch of smack, and then the next day they gone because they really didn't care for they didn't really think about, what was the outcome gonna be. You feel me? Like, you didn't even think about it. Well, actually she did. And she said in her video that when she walked in the house and she discovered that the two guys was having sex, pretty much she said that they ran her out of the house and they was trying to kill her. And she said if anything happened to her, then they know that the guy did it. But truth be told, nobody really knows if that guy did it, because she had a lot of enemies, because that was her thing. She stayed on the internet like all the time. She stayed on the internet all the time talking crap about people, trying to expose people and all that type of stuff. But you can't be on here exposing people and not thinking somebody gonna get at you for exposing them. You, like, what sense does that make that you walk into this guy's house unannounced? You didn't wait for him to let you in. You walk up in this man's house without his permission, and you catch him in the act of having sex, whether it's a man, whether it's a woman, or whatever the case may be. You walked up in this man's house unannounced. You was not invited in this man's house. So whatever he was doing in the comfort of his own home is what he was doing in the comfort of his own home. And you trying to extort this man for $5,000. You give him a time limit on when he should pay you this money. She gave him an hour. She said, if you don't give me $5,000 in an hour, I'm exposing you. You feel me? So not only is you exposing this man, but you extorting him. Now, don't get me wrong. Rest in peace to this young lady. Rest in peace. But you have to know what you're doing and who you are dealing with when it comes to these types of things. She definitely was on a suicide mission, because in one of her other videos, somebody had shot at her, and she made a video and she had her purse sitting on the passenger seat. So she showed the purse on the passenger seat. Clearly, you can see that it had a bullet hole in the purse. So she kept saying, yeah, you niggas out here, y'all, I'm sorry for the language, y'all pussies, y'all weak, y'all soft, y'all this, y'all that. But in all actuality, these are some of the guys that you've been sleeping with. So now, because you're not sleeping with them, or because you feel a certain type of way about them, you want to expose these guys, or you want to belittle these guys on social media. Don't you know that's the worst thing to do, is to mess with a man's pride? You messing with a man's pride. I know, and that's true. She didn't deserve to die. But y'all got to think about the world that we living in today. You definitely got to think about the world that we living in today. So I am going to put the link down there. And I know Gary said he wants to get on the panel. So let me put this link up here, and you guys are welcome to come on the panel. And we all are adults, so we don't want to get into a screaming match and nothing like that. So Let me get this link up here. And I'm going to read some of these comments. Just give me a hot second. Y'all know I ain't good. I ain't computer savvy like that. So as you can tell. This was crazy and scary as hell to even watch. She talk noise all the time. This doesn't justify murder. This is just a warning for others. Absolutely, Mimi. It's a warning. And I mean, it's even if you think it's small, something as small as to be exposing people, you have to really think about what you are sending out there into the universe and who you talking about, because you seeing these people for only 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or whatever the case may be, you don't actually know. You don't actually know these people. So you thinking that they soft, or whatever you seeing on their videos or whatever they doing on their lives, you don't know that actual person. So by you out there trying to expose somebody, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. It's been a lot of YouTubers that you really don't hear about. And I'm going to get that video up and I'm going to try to get this thing down packed for my live tomorrow. It's a lot of people that done died behind exposing people. It's a lot of people that done died behind exposing people. So I'm going to put this link up again, because I know that Gary wanted to come on the panel. So I'm waiting on Gary to come on the panel, or whoever else want to come on the panel. So you're more than welcome to come up here on the panel. How you doing, Larisha? Thank you for coming. Thank you for sticking with me, J. Dunn. All right, now we got Gary. So I'm bringing Gary in. Hey, Gary, welcome to the live. And I also got J. Dunn coming into the live. So feel free to talk about it.
What's good, everybody? Hey, Keto.
Hey, sis, how you doing? Thank you for coming on the panel. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I didn't know if Gary was having a delay, so I didn't want you to be out here. So that's why I was like, okay, let me click the link. But I'm happy that Gary came through. But you was inviting Gary, so Gary, go ahead.
Gary.
Hey, how you? Okay. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Welcome to the live. Thank you for getting up on the panel.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, can
yeah. Oh, you going in and out.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay, check this out. I've studied all of the different books, the different scriptures concerning this topic. I love this topic. This is a good topic. We got to remember, and like I said, I've studied all of the different scriptures, all of the different books, but I'm going to come from this book right here, the Bible. We got to remember John the Baptist got his head cut off for tampering with the truth, exposing someone who was finna come behind it. And the person who he exposed was Jesus, so it was said. And Jesus got nailed to the cross for exposing the truth and bringing out truth and representing truth, exposure. And then here come John F. Kennedy. He got shot in the head for exposing the truth. Abraham Lincoln got shot in the head for exposing the truth. Martin Luther King got shot in the head for exposing. Malcolm X got his chest blown out for exposing. This is a good topic. It's an old topic because this exposure thing been going on since the beginning of time. Revelation 12, verse 7, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, for that old serpent called Satan and the devil is coming down to you. The devil was trying to expose something. He wasn't comfortable with what was going on with God in God's house under God's roof. So he tried to expose God, and God told him, you can't do that in my house, under my roof. You got to go. Same thing we tell our kids, and our parents done told us, you can't do that in my house under my roof. You can't behave like that. It all relates to exposure. So this is a good topic, but this is going to keep going on because there's a lot of closed doors. And the Illuminati's and the secret societies and these evil entities don't want these doors open. That's the reason why we don't have a woman president, because if a woman became president, she would expose a lot. She would open up these doors and expose. Back to that word expose again. We can't put no woman in. They want to blame it on the fact that she have this situation going on with her one time a month. That ain't the reason why we don't want her in there. They don't want her in there because she gonna go in there and do the things that the men ain't been doing since they've been in there. She's gonna also expose what the men was doing while they was in there. And she gonna get killed too. They gonna murder her for exposing. So this is real. This is not a game, not just on the social medias. People been killing people since the beginning of time because you told something I didn't want to be told. Tekashi 6ix9ine, he dealing with exposure. He exposed him. Right now, Reggie Wright is locked up. Suge Knight is locked up. And they both going back and forth with each other. Notice in the hip-hop culture right now, everybody pointing fingers at each other. Everybody trying to expose one another. Reggie Wright in the federal penitentiary. Suge Knight, he in the state penitentiary. And they once was buddies. Now they all going against each other. Pay attention. They all trying to expose one another. Everything these evil people is doing right now. There's a good in this world that always win in the end. I don't want to keep talking. I don't want to take up the whole panel because I want to hear what everybody else have to say. But this exposure thing is real. Like Keto said, you better stay out the way.
Okay, so I agree with you wholeheartedly, everything that you said. Now, if you exposing for a good reason, I understand that. If you're exposing for a good reason, I understand that. But different. If you exposing to hurt someone or incriminate someone, then you have to be ready for what's coming your way. You have to, because her intentions wasn't good. She was exposing because she was feeling a certain type of way because she done already had sex with this man, and I guess she must have some type of feelings still, because mind you, she just left her house, and the only reason why she went back was because she left her phone. But here's my thing: this man didn't open the door for you. You saying that for whatever reason he didn't open the door, so you took it upon yourself to walk in this man's house unannounced. You happen to walk in on him doing whatever it is he was doing with this other man. I'm not knocking nobody for what they do, how they do it, when they do it, whatever. This is in the comfort of his home. So you taking it upon yourself to
I agree with you.
Social media. You hear me?
That's right.
Social media.
Come on now.
You want to expose this man, and then not only is you exposing him, you extorting him for $5,000.
That's right. Come on now.
The killing part is this is not your only enemy. And now you got everybody thinking that this man, you know, he's threatening to kill you. But if you look at other videos that she got, she's into it with a whole bunch of other people that done shot at her, shot her car up. She got guns in her car. She calling the guys weak. She calling them pussies. And I'm sorry for the language. She calling them everything but everything but the child of God.
That's right.
And you don't know who at your head because these people been shooting at you. And you know what? If I'm having a moment and she's a cancer patient. She was going to chemotherapy and all that. You know what I'm saying? If you can look at some of her videos, she didn't gain a lot of weight because she was diagnosed with cancer and she's cancer. Well, she just became cancer free. Okay. You doing all this talking and you keeping up all this mess and you try to save your life, taking chemo and all this, and you was blessed enough to get rid of that cancer, only for you to get killed because of your mouth.
But my thing is, I guess because I haven't followed it this weekend, but her cell phone was still left. So are we not looking at the fact that she went back for the cell phone, or did something else come out? Because I thought she went back for the cell phone, and that's the reason how she showed up at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, that she did come back for the cell phone because she did say she just had an encounter with him, a sexual encounter with him. That's why she was at his house. That's how she ended up leaving her phone there. But my thing is, she ringing the bell, she knocking on the door. If you watch the video, that's why I was trying to play the video, because I wanted y'all to see the gist of the video so we can talk about that video. And he didn't answer the door. And she was trying to figure out why he didn't answer the door. So his door was open and she ended up walking in his house unannounced. You don't walk in nobody unannounced. If I'm not opening the door for you, you don't have the right to walk in my house. I don't give a damn what I'm doing in my house. If you walk in my house and I'm doing whatever it is I'm doing, then you deserve to see that because I didn't invite you in my house. But then to top it off, you want to expose them. That ain't nobody business but yours and whoever he laying down with or you laying down with. Why would you come to the social media? And you know how some men are. It's all about their pride. If you go around telling folks that, you know, oh, he gay or he this, and that's what she was saying. He gay, this nigga nasty. Y'all thinking he a thug and all this other stuff. He over here, he hitting the fudge something, she said. Pretty much said that he's sleeping with men. You know what I'm saying? You know, men care about their image no matter what you say. So you can't just be out there dogging these men and thinking that that's okay, because they have to deal with that. They have to deal with people ridiculing them and crucifying them and all that stuff. Their image is damaged now.
I can understand where the last Don coming from when she say she went back to get her phone, but whether she went back to get her phone or not, she went back to get her phone, okay. But after you got there, you stumbled up on something else, and you took that to extortion, and you ran with it. That's Russian roulette. You knew what you was doing before you done it. You knowingly created an extortion situation out of a situation that had nothing to do with you. It wasn't none of your business. Get your phone and go.
But but from what I heard though, and I listened to what I think you was trying to play, Keto. I listened to it before. What she did was tried to get her phone, and then once they heard her in the house, then they started chasing her, threatening to kill her on site.
You think they thought she was a burglar? Did they know she was in the house? Did they know she was coming? Was they expecting her? They was doing their thing. I don't think while they doing their thing, they gonna be expecting company.
Yeah,
but they gonna leave the doors unlocked.
But you still, for me, I feel like you still don't chase nobody and threaten to kill them, especially if you don't came out the bedroom or wherever they were at. If you don't came out and you know who that person is, you recognize the face of the person, then what you chasing somebody threatening to kill them for? Because that's the reason why she went on the live saying that they had threatened to kill her. She had to run.
Yeah, she went on the live and said that they threatened to kill her, and that's as far as it should have went. My point
we shouldn't be talking about this right now. We shouldn't have known nothing.
Right. I mean, you saying that, okay, yeah, y'all just don't know that y'all thinking these niggas out here straight and they ain't straight. They in here, you know, doing what's in them to each other. And you clearly saying, if y'all don't give me $5,000, then I'm exposing you. That's what she went wrong. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that she deserved to die. I don't either. I don't think she deserved to die. But
I agree with that about the money part.
Now I'm gonna say, listening to you and the last Don, I don't think she deserved any of that, but I believe she bought it on herself. Whether she deserved it or not, whether she knew it was going to happen or not, I believe she walked into the cliff. She knew it was the cliff, and she walked off of it anyway. She tested it. And it backfired on her. She's responsible and accountable for her own actions.
Yeah, and what I'm trying to get everybody to understand is that now this man is being looked at like he actually did it, because nobody knows that he actually did it, because she has a lot of enemies. So because she exposed this man and said on live that if something happened to her, dude did it. That opened the doors for all the other enemies to do whatever it is that they had to do to her. Cause hey, they already looking at the dude that she done exposed. You feel me?
Can I speak on? Can I touch on what you just said?
Go ahead.
Good. Hey, you just spoke some truth just then. What she's saying on that right there is this: you got enemies all over the place. You open up the door. You don't know. You got enemies that's been sent back waiting on you to get into it with somebody. Just so they can come and get you and go back to what they was doing, because they're going to be thinking it's the person you just got into it with.
Absolutely.
You're right. When you say you open up the door, she opened up the door for a whole lot. I mean, she opened up the door to lose her life. I'm going to say this. I don't know nothing about this story. I have never heard anything about this story. I just happen to hop on YouTube and get to scrolling. I'm very familiar with the topic. At age 46, being almost half of 100, I'm very familiar with the topic concerning exposure. We all should be being black. We all should be concerning exposure. That's a deep topic, and we got to know this. Something happened a long time ago before we were born, before we came into this world. And if you expose, you get killed. If you tell the truth, you get killed. If you tell a lie, you get killed.
But y'all
Exposure is real. This is not a game.
But y'all don't think, okay, you don't think that because she actually saw them in the act of whatever she saw them in, that she was a marked man anyway, or better yet,
right? That's right. Anyway. That's right. I got evidence on you. I got information on you. I know what you done. I know what you've been doing. You gonna give me something, or the only way I'm gonna keep my mouth closed. I'm telling everything I know. Everything. That's some stuff that people will kill you before they let you tell that on them.
Yeah, and that's how I feel, because I really feel like no matter if she pressed the live button and went live and exposed or not, whatever she saw that day, they was mad at what she saw.
Her life became danger when she saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So whether she did anything or not, she could have behaved like a mouse in what they call it, the church house mouse, quiet like a church house mouse. But her life was still in danger, like the last Don said. Once she saw that, her life became in danger.
Mm-hmm. And I think her life was in danger whether she pressed the live button or not, y'all.
That's right. I agree with you.
I think that her head was on the chopping block. Regardless.
I think her head was on trying to make some money. She was trying to make her some money. Talk about extortion. That's money.
But
I don't know that she cared about money. Sorry, Keto.
But that's what Keto said. She tried to extort.
No, she did. But I don't think she cared about the money like that. But that's my own personal opinion.
I feel you. I feel you. Her feelings was all over the place.
Yeah, I think that she needed people to know the severity of the situation. But she also used it as a bargaining tool. Like, hey, if they give me this money, then they're not going to be able to come at me like this. But I do think that she had a fear. I do think.
I feel you, because that's the first thing when you're dealing with a threat. The fear kicks in. They say the fear kicks in and you panic, and the first three things that kick in when you're dealing with a threat. If you don't deal with the threat, if you panic, fear gonna kick in. I done been stabbed 8 times. The woman next to me was stabbed 3 times. And he wasn't even coming for me. He was coming for her and somebody else. I just happened to been there. 4 kids was in the house. And I had to fight for my life, but I didn't panic. There was no fear. So, this is not.
But when she ran out the house, she had 2 men chasing her. 2 men. According to what she said in her video, y'all, and this is all alleged.
Did they catch her?
She had 2. Well, she said that they almost caught her, but because it was kids getting out of school and like people outside or whatever,
they fell back.
They were still half dressed because she had caught them in the sexual act. They weren't able to catch her, and she was able to get in her truck.
Okay. Now let me speak on that real quick. Because there was a video made specifically on that. Now, when she said the kids was getting out of school, mind you, that happened on President's Day. On President's Day, there was no school. So I'm trying to figure out what school bus that was out there on President's Day when the kids are not in school.
Well, I'm not quoting her and saying that the kids got out of school. I said that, but she did say that there were kids outside.
Yeah, she said they was getting off. I think she said that they was getting off the school bus. That's to my understanding. Now I may be wrong, J Dunn. I don't know, but to my understanding, she said the kids was getting off the school bus. And so when the guy replied, he first said that he didn't know her. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Now, if he didn't know her, the girl commented on one of his pictures in 2017 and said that she needed for him to call her. So right then and there, he was caught up in a lie. Now, that was a lie that he didn't know her. Now, as far as them having an encounter, or, you know, she just had like a one-night stand with him, or whatever the case may be, nobody would never know what happened. But like I said, and I don't want to offend anybody because, you know, there's always three sides to a story. But I just think that, you know, if she would have never walked in that house uninvited, she probably would still be here today. And you just don't do that. We was just talking about that in your live, J Dunn. Like when the lady was mad about the dude cooking the hamburgers. Like, if I didn't invite you in my kitchen, if I didn't give you the okay to come in my kitchen, then don't bring your ass in my kitchen. That's the same way as you walking in my house. If I didn't invite you in my house, don't bring your ass in my house. I don't care what I'm doing in my house. This is my house. And you
so that's what that brings me. So that brings me back to that question. If it's my house and I know you're not supposed to be in here and you just came unannounced, did I lock my doors while I was finna do what I was finna do? I ain't gonna tell on myself. So, but how did this person get in my house? And did I know this person was in my house? Did I think it was a thief? Did I think somebody was breaking in on me? And the first thing I did was ran and grabbed a gun and grabbed whatever I went to grab. Come to find out I'm chasing somebody that I already had a situation, been in a relationship with. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a lot of questions. You raise a lot of eyebrows when you say I'm in my own house. If I don't want her to know what I'm doing, and I'm about to take her out because she just found out, how she get in my house in the first place? I don't want my neighbors. I don't need nobody to know what we doing behind closed doors. Somehow, some way, somebody in my house and they know. I don't sleep at night. I stay up all through the night watching over my wife and my kids. I don't sleep. I sleep through the day. And I nap when I sleep. I sleep when I'm dead. I don't know what sleep is no more. And I still get more rest than people who sleep 24/7. But I'm saying I'm up. I'm watchful. My doors is locked. My windows is locked. I check my doors and my locks even after I done already checked my doors and my locks. So I'm saying this ain't a game. I've been stabbed. I got an 18-year-old bullet sitting between my lung and my heart. I've been to 30 different prisons, 8 county jails, 2 prison numbers in 2 different states. So you talking to the right person when you brought me up. And I appreciate you and I thank you more than words could say for giving me the opportunity just to share my knowledge, my wisdom, my understanding, my education, my experience. This is not a game. I say I got an 18-year-old bullet between my lung and my heart.
Wow.
And I've had a Rambo knife to go all the way through my right thigh. And I protected the people who tried to take my life because I was raised in the streets. We don't snitch.
That's exactly right, Gary. That's exactly right.
I spoke up for that when they sent me the subpoenas, when the detectives was trying to ask me who shot you. I don't know who shot me, and I know who shot me. But I don't know. When they asked me who stabbed me, I don't know who stabbed me. I wasn't raised to tell. So I live a harder life than y'all. But I can relate to this topic. This is not a game. This is not a game. And I can go deeper. I can share some more stuff just as deep as what I just shared with you. This is not a game. This is why a lot of people dying right now as we speak because of secrets. Exposure. I know what you did last summer, Keto. I know what you did last summer, the last Dunn. And Gary, watch who you point a finger at. Me and my mama just got through talking earlier today. Be careful who you dig a hole for in the ditch for. My mama said you might just fall in it your damn self. Excuse my language. Come on, Keto. Come on, the last done. I love this one. This is a good one.
Hold
Come
on, but
on.
Gary, wait a minute. I'm taking it back, y'all. I'm taking it back.
Come on in. Bring it on. Let's go.
Coming through. No, you coming through with some real stuff.
Yeah, but
because I do think in the Black community there are a lot of secrets kept, and I do feel like whenever you do speak up about what's right and what's wrong, people do snitch. Snitch is such a negative term, and it's so negative to be put on you, even when you're doing the right thing, to the point to where you would prefer to not do the right thing in order to not be labeled such a negative term as a snitch.
We live in the time of Jeremiah 29:11. And remember, Cain slain Abel because Cain, he was lost. And without Judas, Jesus couldn't get to the cross. So you're going to have some Cains in your life. You're going to have some Judases in your life. I've even been framed. Everything I went to prison for, when I went to prison and served my time, I was guilty for it. I never took it to trial. But for the one time in my life, I was framed for something that I didn't do. And it just destroyed me. And I always told my wife about it. I said, babe, framing is real. I said, babe, lying on somebody and framing is real. I said, babe, I can take a knife right now and cut myself and go call the police and tell them you done it. They finna go lock you up. You're going to have to prove it from a jail cell. Whether you did it or not, babe, it's that real. Then when I got framed for something I didn't do, I sincerely, honestly, genuinely went to jail for something I did do, but they had another case on me I didn't do. And they was trying to give your brother 1 to 3 years for something he didn't do. They had your brother on a $50,000 bond, and your brother was praying and talking to God and thinking about all of the brothers and sisters and all of the humanity that had come before him, but they done served life sentences. Your brother was thinking about the lady who was given the death penalty, and then after they executed her, then they gave her a partner. They partner after they executed her. After they executed her, then the young man, they pardoned him after they executed him. I thought about all of them people. But by the grace of God, I ended up not getting framed. But they did give me probation. I did have to say I did something I didn't do just to get back to my wife and my kids and get my income back going. Because my wife wasn't going to be able to make it out. So I had to say I done it. I done that, y'all. I'm live, y'all. I had to say that. I said it to the whole world right here in Colorado. There's a detective named Detective Such. If you cross paths with him in Aurora, Colorado, he gonna frame you up. And for the one time in my life, I've been shot, stabbed, and I took the bullet, but I never took the stand. I've been shot, but I never told on them people that shot me. Stabbed and never told on them people. I protected their freedom. But I had to say I did something I didn't do just to get back to my wife and my kids. And I completed the probation without a violation, and I didn't even do it. And they couldn't whoop me, and they couldn't kill me. They were scared to deal with me. So they framed me. So they came up with a story, and they stuck together on it. And I had to fight it. But somehow God, he protected me. I did my part. I almost passed out just knowing that I'm in here for something I didn't do. And this is separating me from my family, my wife and my kids. I'm a man. I'm a father. I'm a leader. I'm a daddy. I'm a king. I'm not a thug. I'm not a gang member. I'm not a street nigga. I'm not none of that. That's something they tried to make me out to be, but I claimed my life back. I took my life back. And they'll try to use your past against you. Yeah, try to use your past. Stay to yourself. Stay close to God. Exposure is real. We in Jeremiah 29:11, where you would be framed, thrown in prison to the last penny is paid for something you didn't do. We got to think about the people who've been framed and they was executed to the death for something they didn't do. It's so many of them, brothers and sisters and brothers. It is so many of them. Miss Keto, you did good today. This is a good story. This is a good topic. When I saw it, I said, whoa, well, I can tell the God and all the angels in heaven and all of the ancestors, she was talking to all of them because they put something heavy on her. This is a good message for the people. Be careful with your mouth. In your mouth is the power of life and death. You're going to either breathe life or you're going to breathe death.
Or you're going to speak death. Absolutely.
Absolutely. But you better tell me when to be quiet because I'm a motivational speaker. I go into prisons. I go into juvenile facilities. This is what I do. I warn people before they get to talking to me. You better tell me to be quiet because I keep on talking. God touched my mouth. He touched my mouth. I remember when I couldn't talk like this. I didn't understand like this. I couldn't think like this. you know. So this exposure is real. Like I say, John the Baptist got his head cut off because he exposed Jesus. And Jesus got his head cut off because he exposed God and exposed. Remember, Cain slain Abel because Cain, he was lost. And without Judas, Jesus couldn't get to the cross. Like I say, you're going to have some Cains in your life. You're going to have some Judases in your life. Keep your privacy to yourself. I used to then fool with no social medias, no YouTubes, no Facebooks. My wife introduced me to this stuff. I was private before all of this. And God is a private God. The preacher don't hang out with the congregation. The teachers don't hang out with the teachers unless they teaching. The preacher don't hang out with the congregation unless he preaching. So when you ain't doing what Keto doing right now, and the last Don doing, and Gary doing right now, and so many others, you need to be alone somewhere with God. You need to be in your sanctuary. You don't need to be no busybody out there trying to expose somebody. Y'all better listen to the Keto. She on something today. She on some real today. Y'all better get this message. Y'all better get this education. Y'all better get this food. She ain't playing. I felt it in her soul. I could hear it in her voice. I can see it in
because I'm loving the way you speaking right now. And it not only goes so far that's the internet. It's the street code, like you said. That kind of touch me, but I ain't want to interrupt you when you said that. That's street code. You feel me?
That's street code stuff.
And so that's why a lot of people is scared to talk. A lot of people are dying because they're scared to talk, and because they know exactly who's doing all this killing, who's doing all this robbing.
We got to remember this. We got to remember this. Once upon a time, the black man wasn't allowed to speak. Once upon a time, the black man couldn't talk. You remember the story of the little black girl? She had snuck out and went up to Mistus. And she came back with the little block alphabet letters. She came back home and she had an A. And all of the other slaves came home. What you doing with that? Where you get that from? I got this from Mister. If Mister find out you got that, she came back. She kept coming back with the words, with the education, with the alphabets. Once upon a time, we weren't allowed to speak. Once upon a time, we weren't allowed to talk. Once upon a time, we weren't allowed access to education.
Right. Man, you better keep on speaking up there. You better keep on speaking.
Yeah.
They knew when they gave us the access to this education, we was going to take it and run with it. But far as they was concerned, them goddamn niggas ain't going to know what to do, Bob. We got them niggas where we want them. Let them niggas learn. We going to use these niggas' education, because while the black man was building the South, the white man was somewhere building New York and Chicago and California and naming their family members. See, America was a woman. They named their family members after what they done.
But here's my thing,
Exposure. Be careful exposing now.
Here's my thing. And like I said, like I was saying before, like, you know, it starts with us. You know what I'm saying? We can't just keep going with, you know, it's easier to follow somebody, but it's damn sure hard to lead. You feel me?
It's hard for me to lead that. You're right.
It's hard to lead because people don't want to deal with that pressure of leading. People don't want, you know, folks to look up for them, and they don't want to be righteous. But listen, we don't have leaders like Martin Luther King no more. We don't have leaders like Malcolm X anymore.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Where? They're not standing up. They're not standing up.
Because they gonna get killed if they expose, sister.
Do you think Martin Luther King and Malcolm X cared about being killed? Because they kind of.
But that was then, and you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you, sister. I have not disagreed with you. You're right, sister. But you got to understand the truth, sister, and embrace it, sister. They scared to speak the truth, sister. They scared. We don't have the Martin Luther King generation no more. We don't have the Malcolm X generation no more. You're right. We don't have them. And the men that we have today, we have them. But they scared to speak the truth because they know they're going to be murdered. You see, Tim, far as I'm concerned, it's bigger than speaking the truth. They should call me Action Man because I'm all about action. And even I as a man, even I as a black man, even I as a human, don't want to take the stand to lead my people. Because my people don't know how to follow. Because you know what? It ain't going to just be them people that's going to come for me to kill me. My own people going to murder me.
You better say that.
My own people going to murder me if they don't get me first. That's the problem we got. I can lead the people, but the people scared to go.
So I guess I gotta ask, and this doesn't pertain to you because I'm really liking your man. I'm really liking the way you speak right now. But I just can't understand why you wouldn't be willing to die for your people in a positive way, but you are willing to die in a negative way. Standing on blocks.
I stopped that too. Miss Keto, Sister Queen. I used to be that nigga or that nigger or that Negro or that my nigga or that so-called. I used to be him. I once upon a time was him.
Yeah.
I used to be him. But I had to fall back from that. I didn't want to be him.
And I commend you for that. But like I said, I'm from Chicago.
So I don't want to, but you asked a deep question just then.
Yeah.
You asked a deep question. Let me touch on it some more. I want to die for my people. I've already took a bullet for them. I already took that knife for them. And I took many other things for them. And I'm still taking blows for them right now. I stay to myself, Miss Keto. I don't even see no family, no brothers, no sisters, no aunties, no uncles. I stay away from humanity. And they give me $880 some every first of the month. That shut up money, that hush money. See, Miss Keto, we got what you think we don't have. He said, love your enemy, but don't be no fool. Mm-hmm. You see, let me tell you something, sister. My people is also my enemy. My people is also my enemy. They just as much as my enemy as the enemy who we point the finger at, the oppressor, the other enemies. My people is my enemy too. See, I can prove it because I've been the very problem, the very pesticide that I speak of. I've experienced and I've tempered. You can't be 46 years old and not know this. It's just we got so many of them scared to be honest and tell the truth and say, I've been a fuck up. Excuse my language. I've been a failure. I've failed the black man before. I failed the black woman. I've even failed the black child. I failed all humanity at one point in time. We don't got enough humans that's willing to stand up and say they done that. But you got leaders. You got some smart ones too. But is you ready to go? Because it's bigger than just leading. It's bigger than just being a leader. It's bigger than just following. It's bigger than just being a follower. Yeah. It's bigger than those words. You'd be surprised of the responsibility, the accountability, the work that got to be put in. And I've even wrote a book concerning this topic. It's called Vanish. Where the oppressor and the enemy went to sleep and they woke up and we was all gone. And they didn't know what the hell was going on. We was all gone. And we had we had some of the best security. And we went back home. Some of us didn't want to go. Some of us stayed behind.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's the problem right there. The ones don't want to wake up.
And I want to address Tony Fresh. And I understand what you're saying, that one man can't lead. That's pretty much not, well, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that when it comes to stuff like this, people would rather be quiet and rather jump.
You're right.
They would rather be quiet and they would rather point the fingers like you instead of doing. But if we get more people that come together, like this brother up here on the panel and teaching, that's where it first starts. You have to teach.
And because you said that, that's true. And guess what? And look, so God God gave 10 talents to 10 people. And everything you just said is so true. And I've been guilty of that too. But he gave 10 talents to 10 people. 9 of them took their talent, which is your gift, which is your life. And they did what they were supposed to do, like what we doing right now, sharing, growing, teaching one another. But there was one of them, Sister Keto, in the last time. There was one of them that took their talent, which is the gift of life, and they buried it in the ground. And when God came back to check on them, like a boss when he come to check on his workers to see what the prophets look like, 9 of them said, "Here, God." And God was pleased and he was happy. You did well. But that one, he said, "Here, God, I took my talent and I buried it in the ground because I knew you was coming back." And God looked at him displeased because his talent was his life. He didn't do nothing with it. He didn't use his life like he was supposed to. And the reason, and we got some of them that's got so many different reasons. They want to die for their people. They want to get up and stand for their people. But their people is the ones that's killing them too. Why they standing? Why they standing? Mm-hmm. My people is killing each other and they coming for me too while I'm standing for you.
You are absolutely right.
I've been doing research and study, and my research and study been telling me the people you gotta help gonna be the same people you gotta hurt. The same people you start with ain't gonna be the same people you gonna finish with. Everything is backwards. Death is taking over. Death is taking over life. Hate is taking over love. Negative is taking over positive. Bad is taking over good. Everything is backwards. Sister Keto last done. Everything is backwards, and it's backwards like that for a reason. Y'all better do your research. You better do your study. You better read, and keep on reading. Mm-hmm. You better read, and keep on reading. Mm-hmm. Once upon a time, I couldn't hold a conversation with you like this. Once upon a time, I couldn't talk like this. But I read, I fed my soul while I sit up in that prison cell. I wasn't playing checkers and chess. I wasn't watching TV. I wasn't playing with myself. I was reading.
Wow. Dude, Gary Armstrong, you coming through with some truth. I'm like, Lord.
But I'm guilty though. Don't you try to gas me up the last time. I'm not gonna let you gas me up. You're not gonna gas me up because I'm guilty. I'm guilty. The same stuff I share with you up in the.
You haven't told a lie yet. You haven't told a lie yet. Man.
But I done lived the lie though, sister. I done lived the lie just like what I done been the very poison we speak of. I've represented the very poison we speak of. I've been a slave to the very poison we speak of, sister. I'm just as guilty as the truth that I speak. But it's that guilt and it's that truth that I speak and that higher power, that greater good that brought me out of that. And I've did my research and study. I'm still doing time right now.
But Gary, you're still here to teach, whether you know it or not. Just doing this live right now, you are teaching. Because just by reading your name, I would have never imagined or would have thought anything that you are speaking of now. So I appreciate you even speaking in my live. I am so honored to have you on my panel right now. It doesn't matter what you did back in the day, you learn from it, and you are teaching right now as we speak. And I agree.
I agree with you, Tito, because whenever Gary Armstrong was coming on, I didn't know who that was going to be. I didn't know what they was bringing. I didn't know anything. But, I mean, I don't know. This man reminded me of like Tupac or something. Like, I'm like, what the heck?
But Tupac, I'm guilty because I took the gift and I buried it in the ground. I'm trying to pull the gift back out the ground now. I buried it in the ground. Mm-hmm. I took my gift. I took my talent because of everything we talking about right now. I buried it in the ground. I got tired of helping. I got tired of supporting. I got tired of dealing with everything. I got tired of dealing with these topics. And I went buried it in the ground and I went and hid myself. And I know if I don't hurry up and come up out the ground and pull this back up out the ground and get before it's too late.
But you know, this is one of the reasons why I had started before I took that break. And I always said that I wanted to touch on life's topics because we don't spend enough time talking about what's happening in real life. Yeah, and still we try to cover it up and make it seem as if that we are okay and that everything is peaches and cream, and it's not. And it needs to be said and it needs to be targeted. We need to talk about subjects and topics like this because you never know who going through what and what somebody experienced and what they can teach you. And like I said, once again, I appreciate you, brother. I really do. I appreciate you. Yes.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. I will only do this with you. I won't do this with nobody else. They tried to write a book on me, but I won't let them.
That's heavy.
There's more to, but I won't do this with nobody else. But I'll be willing to share with you whatever you want, you need. But I'm supposed to say this to you, sister. I'm supposed to say this to you. This is not an accident. This is not a mistake. And I don't take no glory in none of this. My reward is upstairs and with the ancestors. You're supposed to keep doing this. Don't stop. I'm supposed to say that to you. I can't say that to everybody. I'm only supposed to say it to those that the words are meant for. Everybody don't want it, even though the call is for all of us. Everybody don't want it. It's a choice. But you can't speak truth and tell the truth if you don't know it.
Exactly.
I'm supposed to say this to you. You keep doing what you're doing. Keep dropping hot topics and these type of topics. But make sure as long as you got your life right with the higher power and the greater good, you can keep talking like this. But there's going to come a time to where this type of conversation and these topics is going to go back to what they used to be. They're going to be considered, the word I'm trying to find, it's going to be considered illegal to talk like this. The time is coming back where it's going to be illegal to talk like this. This is going to be against the law, and if you caught talking like this, you will be killed. You can be jailed and murdered.
Yeah. So
we need to, when we say, and that's the reason why we say the truth need to be getting out there, because pretty soon there's going to come a time where the truth ain't going to be able to be shared the way it is today. And we're going to be dealing with catastrophe, trials and tribulations and events. And you're going to see people walking around numb, people like myself. And you're going to be expecting me to feel you, but I'm not going to feel you. The word for that is called left behind, because you can come close. You couldn't survive half what I've been through, walking a mile in my shoes. I'm still trying to catch up with them that done survived that already and went through more than I have. I can go on and on and on and on and on. But I'm supposed to say these words to you. You're supposed to keep dropping these kind of topics and don't stop. Don't quit. If you take a break again, let it be because it was time for you to eat or drink some water or pray or just take a relax or a moment of silence. Don't stop what you're doing. Don't quit. You're a teacher. You're a leader. You're a mother. You're a queen. You're a teacher. You're a leader. You got preacher skills. You got educational skills. And the preacher can't tell the congregation about Revelation because the congregation's still stuck in Genesis. But you're a teacher. Keep teaching, keep educating, and keep dropping these kind of topics. And don't worry about who listening, who watching. Don't worry about how long they gonna be watching. Don't worry about if they gonna leave. Just keep doing what you're doing the way you done it this time and go harder. I'm supposed to say that to you and the last done. And whoever else is listening.
I definitely appreciate that, brother, man. That you just touched my heart. I'm not even playing right now. I'm almost speechless, but this is not the first time that this has been told to me. And man, that made me feel so good because this is my passion. It really is. That's what I want to do. I'm not cut out to,
But Jesus, when he was here, he didn't build houses. They wanted him to stop and live with him. They wanted him to build houses and ask him, why is you so powerful? You don't build homes and you don't have a house. Because he knew the very people he was helping was going to be the very ones that was going to hurt him and kill him. Yeah. You a teacher, you a messenger, you just passing through. This is not your home. You just passing through. He ain't stopped sending messengers. When he sent Jesus, he ain't stopped. The ancestors ain't stopped making Malcolm X's and Martin Luther Kings and Rosa Parks and Coretta Scott Kings and et cetera. Mm-hmm. You're a teacher. You just passing through. We're not going to be here forever. You're not a mistake. You're not an accident. This is not a mistake. This is not an accident. This was supposed to happen. You were supposed to hear these words. There's going to be some more people going to come to you. But once you really get on the road with it, they'll stop coming to you and because they'll see it. your light will shine even more, like it's shining right now. And they're gonna try to silence you. They're gonna attack you. They're gonna tamper with you.
Damn.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Keto, I hope you grasp everything this man is saying now, because I'm just thinking about where you come from, the reason why you took your break and all this kind of stuff. But this man is telling you that you're supposed to be right here.
She took the break for this reason. This is why she took it. This is why she took it. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than us. The break is bigger than us. It's bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she took the break for. But she got a lot of good that's finna come to her. She's a teacher. She's an educator. But she got to claim it. She got to put a claim on it. And be prepared to see, because there's some people on the others. There's a real reunion going on. I don't entertain these man-made reunions and get-togethers. I'm waiting on the reunion on the other side. I believe in life after this, because we were somewhere before all of this. It ain't over. All of the people you haven't got to meet while you was here, you're going to see them again. Last time, Keto, you're going to see them again. You're going to see, you probably never met Nipsey Hussle. Don't worry. You're going to see him. You're going to see him. You better make sure when you see him, you're in the right mind frame and you ain't dizzy, swaying back and forth, dizzy, trying to figure out where you at, what's going on, how did I get here? I know where I'm going to be at when I get over there. It ain't going to take me long to figure out I'm on the other side. I done already been over there and came back to this side. A lot of them on the other side wishing they can come back to warn y'all. I'm blessed. There's some on the other side talking about me right now. They say he's the one that came here and went back. It's quite a few of us that left and came back. We can tell you what it's like on the other side. That's why we get to where we can understand this side so good. It's hard. We different. We stay to ourselves.
Right.
Hear from us. And we made it. We won't even open the door for you. We can see you before you come. We can hear you before you come. Our ears and eyes and mouth, they don't work the same. He's still working on my mouth. He's still working on me. I'm still a mess, but I'm standing myself so he can fix on me and work on me. You know, that's what we got to do until we get to the other side. I can't wait to see Rosa Parks. I can't wait to see Keto's people. I can't wait to see the Last Don people. I can't wait to see him. I'm gonna see y'all people when I get over there. They waiting on me. They talking about me right now. Talking about he telling them what's going on. I hope they listening to him. See, they talking right now.
I'm all ears. I'm all ears with everything you gotta say.
We got disrespectful humans. We got disrespectful humans in this world that think of when somebody gone, they just gone. You keep on thinking like that. They over there talking about us right now. I talk to them, they come see me. They with me right now. They watch over me. They guide me. They help me to understand the things that I don't understand. They help me to make sense. They help me to accept, embrace. They teach me how to be humble. They prepare me for the other side.
So that's one question I would like to ask, and I don't know if I missed that or not. Now, you say that you've been to the other side, you've done things that I'm pretty sure, not so proud of.
No.
What actually woke you up to that point where you are where you are now, that you teaching right now? What was that epiphany that said, like, look, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm living. This is how I'm teaching. Like, what actually clicked in your head that somebody else can hear from you? It may, inspire them, or it may be like, oh, you know what? That's what I need to do. This brother is inspiring me. So I just want to know what changed your heart, what changed your mind.
It wasn't getting shot. It wasn't getting stabbed. It wasn't a hole being cut out of my face. It wasn't a lot of things that normally change people. It was knowing it was this topic that you just dropped, exposure. I tried gangs. I tried prison. I tried death. I even asked God when I got shot, why he didn't take me? What you trying to keep me here for? I put everybody out the house just so I could talk to God. What you trying to keep me here for, man? Why you didn't let me go just then? I checked myself out the hospital 2 days after I was shot. And God, why you trying to keep me alive? What you trying to keep me here for? Everybody else dying. What's so special about me? And I ended up with 500 sheets of paperwork, indictment, RICO. The people I grew up with and started with was snitching and telling on each other. And that broke my heart. It hurt me. I was loyal. I protected them. I put my life on the line. I would die for them. I was obsessed. I was in love with them. I wouldn't have kids because I knew what it was like being a kid and not having a man in my life. And I used to fight with my homeboys my so-called homies who had women and had babies. I would be mad at them because they was in relationships. I felt like they wasn't supposed to be in relationships. They were supposed to be with me. We supposed to be with each other, taking care of these streets in the neighborhood and getting this money and putting our families through school and giving our families what they never had with this blood money, this dope money, this drug money. That's where this money's supposed to go. I don't want a car that hop. I don't want the rims. I don't want the jewelry. I don't care for all of that. I just want to pay some bills and get back to the next state because I'm Greyhound deporting. I'm going from one state to another doing it. And I've got to pay bills when I get here and pay bills when I get here. And I love paying these bills. I wish I could make some legal money and honest money to do this, but this is my life. This is my story. And I come to find out these brothers were snitching and telling on each other. And you know, people who had to do with some real serious stuff. You know, my whole neighborhood was brought down. Everybody. You know, so, you know, and me, I'm 46, so it's kind of different for me. I see a lot of snitching and ratting and a lot of stuff going on the social medias and the rappers snitching and telling on each other and everything. And, you know, I take it real serious and deeply, you know, and it bugs the hell out of me, you know. And to know that I was loyal to that. I was loyal to that street code, Keto. I was loyal to that G code, Keto. I love that G code, that street code. I was ready to die for that G code, that street code. I'm the security man. We going to the club tonight? We going to I don't dance. I got the scrap. I'm over here. Anybody make a move, I'm going to lay them down. Y'all going and party and dance. I'm going to make sure y'all have a good night tonight. Y'all bet nobody mess up what we doing tonight. I'm the security man and I'm a shooter. So you don't want to be behind me when I bust. You know, that's how I was. I was the security man and everybody loved me for that, for protecting everybody. But reading that paperwork, seeing people snitching on each other, telling on each other, that's what changed my life. I had 500 sheets. I stayed in my cell for 4 days. One of the little younger brothers that was from the neighborhood didn't know me, and other little younger brothers did, and they was telling him, that's your OG, that's your big homie. Do you know him? He was like, no, but he had 500 sheets of legal documents, RICO. From 88 to 98, I was in Arkansas serving prison time. And while I was serving time, all of this was going on in Colorado. And so when I got back, I'm hearing things, I'm seeing things, and then I go to prison. I finally catch my first case and go to prison, and I get this paperwork from, you know, when the California had introduced Colorado to the RICO, the grand jury, and a lot of so-called gang members, so-called gangsters, they don't know nothing about that RICO. They don't know nothing about the courts. They don't know nothing about district attorneys, lawyers, public pretenders. They don't know how to deal with the system, and they barely know the streets. They barely know their own ass. You know, so all of that changed my life. I sit in that cell for 4 days, and my little homie was bringing me food, and there, you know, and I'm reading this paperwork. And there was this informant. She was a female, and her dude had got locked up, and she was the pipeline to the neighborhood. They come from California, so the so-called homies was dealing with them from what the paperwork was saying. That's who they was networking with. I could talk about this now because they all locked up. It's old. It's more than a decade behind us now. They done annihilated the neighborhood, that part of that section. So she goes to the feds. And she tells the feds, I got something way more important than what you got. And the feds is curious as to what that is, because we know the Crips and Bloods that's just exploded in the 80s. And we got that problem here in Colorado. What do you got that's way more important than what we got? And she told him, you got my man. And if you give me my man, I'll give you this gang that you've been trying to get forever. And when she said that, that's when she got their attention. And when she told them what the information she knew about the neighborhood, while all of this is going on, mind you, I'm in Arkansas in prison. I'm serving time. I don't know that this is happening. I don't know that this is going on. So she told them, I'll give you from 1988 to 1998, they have been watching the neighborhood. So instead of them going to indict the Crips, and they did the Crips, the Bloods, and they did a Mexican gang too. They said, you know, remember in that movie Colors, he told Pac-Man, why go down there and get one of them when we can be like a bull and go down there and just, excuse my language, fuck them all. You remember that?
Yeah.
That's what he said in Colors. Him and Pac-Man was arguing, and Pac-Man wanted to just go down there and smash on the niggers. But the smart old white cop, he was like, I know how to go there and get all of them instead of just getting one. And that was just called the RICO, the Grand Dust. And, you think about when you say Chicago, I'm like, wow. And all of these other little cities, they done use that RICO. But Chicago is big. Chicago got something going on in it that's so big. I don't even want to go to Chicago. I don't want to pass through Chicago. I wouldn't want to live in Chicago because there's a dark cloud that's over Chicago that's darker than any cloud that's been over any city in this country.
Yes, it is, brother. Yes, it is. Speak that.
And so that's what changed my life, though. Seeing that paperwork, seeing that they snitching on each other, telling on each other, exposure, exposing one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then mind you, I'm sitting in a prison cell, and this is my 5th trip, and I done came back on purpose this time. Mind you, on my 5th trip, I didn't go on no accident. I went back on purpose. I didn't want to be free. I didn't want to be out here. I didn't want to be with y'all. I didn't want to be around y'all. Because them 4th trips that I went, I realized I learned something in there that none of y'all could teach me out here. No mamas, no daddies, no brothers, none of y'all. And I realized what I had to do to go get it. It's crazy to know that you had to go back to prison on your 5th trip and you did it on purpose. So I went back on purpose. And when they got ready for me to put me up for parole, I turned them down. I had the parole board crying, Keto, last done. I had them crying. They was like, why you, when we put you up for parole, why you waive it? And that 6 month turned to a year because y'all not in control of my destination. Y'all not in control of my destiny. God is. My ancestors is. Y'all not in control. When them doors open, they're going to be because there's people who have prayed for me and it was the right time. It ain't going to be because y'all opened the door. And I said that with respect and love. One of the parole people on the panel started crying. Tears came from his eyes. The lady just wanted to know why I waived him. I wasn't ready to get out. I wasn't ready to be free. I've tried drugs. I've tried gangs. I've tried death. I've tried family. I've tried the streets. I've tried this and I've tried that. I've never tried this God dude. And I've never tried Gary myself. I've gave everything to the world and everybody else. I've never done nothing for me. And done nothing for what purpose say you're supposed to be doing, living life for. I never tried any of that. I've only danced with the devil and tried death. You know, I was introduced to it. Y'all stole my childhood and my innocence coming in the world off top. Let's get that understood off top. My childhood and my innocence was stolen off top. Ain't that one? Not because I'm black either. Not because of the color of my skin. I got 7 stitches on my face right here. My brother cut a hole in my face when I was 2 years old. I was tormented and tortured as a child. I've been through a lot just as a kid. My childhood was stolen. My innocence was stolen. I remember being a sweet little boy. I can remember all the way back to where I was a sweet little boy and I couldn't even stand a loud noise. Woo! God. Ain't you good? I couldn't even stand a loud noise. I couldn't stand no fighting. I was just a sweet little boy. But this world got some things in it that'll take your innocence from you, that'll take your little sweet boyhood from you, that'll take your childhood from you, that'll take your innocence from you, that'll turn you into something else. Tupac wasn't lying when he said, "This is how they made me."
That's powerful. That is powerful. That's the most powerful thing he ever said.
It chose me, and I had no outstanding guidance as a 2-year-old. I went and did research on what was going on before I was 2. Oh my God. Or at one time they drop you on the side of the bed, and for almost a day and a half, nobody knew where you were, couldn't find you. But one time we were driving and you fell out the door while the car was rolling. I ain't finna tell you the rest of the stories. I get a check from this. I get $880 a month from this since 2009 permanently for the rest of my life. You see, I can sit down with the keto and share my life with the keto and talk to the keto about my life, the Gary Armstrong effect. Or I could talk to the Last Don about my life, the Gary Armstrong effect. But the keto and the Last Don can't give me Social Security. They can't give me disability. Them white folks cried with me when I told them my story. They shed tears. You should write a book. You can make a movie. You should write a book. I'm talking about the same. When I'm filling out my application, they was crying everywhere I went. I don't even like telling this story right now. I'm going to shut up. I want to go back off into my little world and mind my business like I was doing before y'all ever heard of me. Once upon a time, y'all never knew of me. I never existed. Till now.
Gary, everything that you saying, man, it's so powerful what you saying. Like, good, alive. Like, and even the fact of you talking about when you were 2 years old. Goodness. This world is crazy though, and all we can do is navigate. But it seems like you've been doing all right.
You got a phone? I'm doing better now than I was then. Y'all got a phone? You got a phone close to you?
Who?
Both of you. Whoever
that's Jay Dunn. I don't know what she got going on in the background.
Google, whoever watching, Google Gary Armstrong.
No, I don't have nothing going on. I don't think
Google, I'm saying Google Gary Armstrong, gang member. But you can't believe everything you read either.
Okay.
Google Gary Armstrong, gang member. Back to that word exposure again. My niece said, Uncle Gary, I want to show you something. And I said, show me what? I lived on the 3rd floor. She lived on the 2nd. She come and got me. This was back in 2009. I want to show you something. She took me down to her apartment and pulled out her laptop. And she typed in Gary Armstrong, gang member. She said, I've been wondering how you have been doing, Uncle, and I hadn't heard from you. I said, well, why you just didn't come
Wait a minute. Did they used to call you Scarface?
What, you know me or something?
No, I just Googled you.
Huh?
I just Googled you.
You grew up with me.
I Googled you. You said Google Gary
Armstrong. You talking to me? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I couldn't hardly hear. I'm getting old.
Hold on, y'all. Let me read it right here. It says,
hold on. Jay Dunn, before you read it, whatever you got going on in the background is something going on in the background where it's like, I don't know what it is. So let me make sure if it's you, I'm gonna mute you.
Okay.
If it's you, but if it's not you, it must be me. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
No, that's me. Whatever that is, that's me. So I'm gonna mute myself, and you can go ahead and read.
Okay. So no, I had took the stuff. I make sure that I don't have nothing else when I come on somebody's thing.
Is you looking at the one where I'm talking to a group of kids?
Well, no, all I did was do the straight Google search, and it says the Rolling 30s.
So you Google the one where I'm talking to a group of kids. It's quite a few of them that say original gangster Gary Armstrong. But if you will, I would rather you read the one where I'm talking to the kids. But whatever you read, go ahead. I don't care.
It says former Crips gang member Gary Armstrong talked with middle-aged kids. But that's a YouTube video. I don't wanna play that.
Oh, you looking at a YouTube? No, you got to go on the internet.
I'm on Google. I'm on Google, and it says Armstrong, also known as Scarface, does not admit or deny that he is a member of the Rolling 30s.
Yeah, that's why I say you can't believe everything you read. They wrote that up any kind of way. But there's quite a few different sections in there. If you go on one of them, you're gonna see where I'm talking to. I'm doing a motivational speaker. And I'm working with a group of kids.
Oh, maybe this is the one. Hold on, let me click on this.
Yeah, but yeah, that's another one right there. So yeah, my niece,
It says former Crips gang member Gary Armstrong talks with middle school kids at an open door youth gang alternative after school program at Wyatt Edison on Tuesday, May 20th, 2008. That's one?
Yeah, that's one of them. Keto, I done let you got me on here. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I was not supposed to be doing this. My kids and my wife was like, Daddy, you okay? What's wrong? They saw me running through the house. And I'm like, this is God. This ain't me. This is God. When he say, order my steps in your word, this is what he means. This is the definition of that.
Yeah. Look,
Mimi told me to go out and come back in. So I'm going to go out. I think, let me try to go out.
Okay.
If you tired of me by now, Keto, let me know, because I know you probably got other people want to talk to you and everything. I know I would be.
You got the panel. I got the panel open, so if they want to come up here, they can. But for whatever reason, I'm having some type of difficulties with the background. I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that's me.
I'm like, I'm in a prison cell right now. It's quiet as a church house mouse where I'm at. You can't.
So I'm gonna put you on mute real quick because I'm trying to find the.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time, sis.
Yeah. So apparently that's Gary's background. Whatever's going on in his background, that's not Jay Dunn or myself. So we gonna figure out what's going on with Gary. The devil is busy trying to keep my man's over there quiet. You feel me? But I'm gonna let him keep on talking.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what that could be, because I'm just. But this is normal for me though, because he don't want me talking. He don't want me speaking. He don't want me opening my mouth. He don't want me with my wife and my kids. He don't want me around nobody.
But you know what? We ain't even gonna let his name.
He don't even told me if I leave y'all alone and don't educate y'all, he'll leave me alone. I'm a threat to it. I know his whole campaign. He hate me with a passion. He sent many bows at me. He used to send 5 and 10 bows at me. But no matter how many of them he send, they don't penetrate. So he having a hard time, but he hate me with a passion because I know him from the top of his head to the sole of his feet. I know his campaign. I know, I mean, I know him so good in a way where it's like, wow, it feel good to know him and know how he work and how he operate.
Well,
and because of that, I have to keep to myself. I can't be around people because he worked through people. He gonna rise through the people. That's what he's doing right now, is rising, setting stages. And I have to, go ahead.
What if Gary go out and come back in? Maybe that'll fix it.
What you say that last time?
I said, what if you go out and come back in? Maybe that'll fix the little noise.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know how I made it this far. If I go, I see this X button that say leave. What I'm supposed to do?
Listen, Gary.
Flip video, audio, leave, chat.
Nah, don't leave. Stay in.
I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I know it was God that brought us this far. Don't. It was God. He was on. I'm being honest. Keto said it. Keto, remember you said I'm not computer savvy. I said, oh man, she ain't, and I'm not either. Then that's gonna be two.
I'm definitely not computer savvy. You see my cousin in the chat. I mean, I gotta call him for everything. That's why I was trying to play that video, Gary. And I'm like, y'all bear with me, but I'm gonna get it together. Because this is what I enjoy. Look, this is what I enjoy.
I was with you the way.
But I don't want this to be your last time coming to my live, because you just changed everything for me tonight. You feel me? Like you changed everything for me tonight.
I've had people stalk me to write a book and I won't do it. And I didn't want to do this. I wanted to do it, but there was a part of me that. But it was something about. It was your energy introduces itself before you speak, and your title and your energy. And I know it's God, and I know it was good, but this is not what I do. Another lady tried to get me to do it too. And I don't know who she was, but she hit me up and she said, I want to interview you. And I didn't like the way she came. This other guy snuck up on me and he had his hand stuck out with his card in it. And he was apologizing. And he said, I'm sorry for sneaking up on you, and I know who you are. And he had his hand extended with a card and he said, I want to write a book on you. I kind of regret that I didn't give him the time, because now I do want to write the book, but I can't let anybody do it. But I will do it. There's a lot I would share with you. But I won't share with nobody else. You done got me. You got me. You got me. Because I was trying to save all of this. Because I got my own podcasting equipment. Somebody had predicted that I'm supposed to be the biggest podcaster in YouTube. I've took my talent, Keto, and I buried it. And when I say that, I'm not playing. I really buried my talent. I don't like to share my jewels around people. I don't. It's just something I don't do. I've been waiting on my own podcasting equipment to wait. And then I was about to just explode like a tsunami.
Well, I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on this book. I'm waiting on this book vanish. So I gotta keep in contact with you, brother, like for real, because I mean, you just taught me a lot just in this whole hour and a half. Real talk, like you don't have many people talk to your soul like that. And I say you just talk to my soul. You talk to my soul and you talk to my mind. Because I'm not a man, so I don't know what y'all go through on a daily. I know what I see, but I don't know what y'all go through. And it's refreshing to hear somebody speak their truth, speak their testimony. You don't want to hear about the glitz and glam all the time. You got big wheels and cars and money and
that's
females.
Another thing that changed me. When you say what made you, that's another thing. If you shine, you a snitch. You a rat. You ain't Michael Jordan. You ain't legal. You went sold dope and got that money. We did dirt and got that money. What you doing out there shining? When I sold dope, when I was out there hustling hard, the police had a hard time trying to even get an eye on me because I looked worse than the people I was selling drugs to. I would dress like them. I would go and put on some raggedy clothes, cut holes, and wallow around in the dirt like the Book of Job, and get real nasty and look nasty and have $2,000 or $3,000 worth of dope on me or more. And I'm out there on the block. All my homeboys around me is catching cases and going to jail. The police ain't bothering me because I look just like the people I'm selling to. My homeboys standing out there with creased up, clean diamonds, jewelry on, nice cars out here taking money from these poor people, these ugly looking people. You beautiful and you around this ugliness. The police know what the beauty and the ugly mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I had other little homies would watch me do this. So they started dressing like a bum. Dressing nice and neat when it came to getting that money. They started dressing like a bum like me and would come out and they realized, wow, this is where the money is at. Damn, OG, I would have never thought this. Mm-hmm. We both get us a spot, get our blankets, and lay down and be nasty with the nasty people with thousands of dollars on us. When we get up from that spot, we got thousands.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with you on that. Yeah. I agree with you on that.
So I'm saying all of that to say it was the type of strategy and the tactics that, the gang members used. It was the strategy and the tactics that the Black Panthers used. The old fight, the way they fought, it wasn't smart. That's why we got the Crips and the Bloods and we got the problems we got today because of what happened yesterday. We came from them. They didn't come from us.
Right. Facts.
That's why we got these problems we got. And it's out of control. And that's the reason why. A black man won't say this. It's either two reasons why he won't say it. One, because he's not educated enough to say it. Or because he's not human enough and loyal and honest enough to speak truth and tell the truth. But he won't say, I'm not gonna stand up because y'all ain't gonna follow right. Y'all ain't following right now. You ain't standing right now. You ain't, for me to go and stand up, I might as well just get a gun and blow my brains out. Even the KKK is smart enough. Even them white people are smart enough to put on the mask when they come out. You know, the ones that put the KKK mask on, those are your doctors, your lawyers, your judges. Them the ones.
You ain't saying nothing. I already know that, brother. I already know that. Yeah.
Snatch the mask off and watch who it's gonna reveal. Nobody ever did that.
The bed sheets and the pillowcase.
So that's what I'm saying. Those are your lawyers, your doctors. Those are the people that is in charge. They right in your face. So if I stand up, even they smart enough to put a mask on. So I guess I should put a mask on too. But once I put a mask on, I bet you the oppressor ain't gonna let me walk around like black people let the oppressor walk around with a mask on. The oppressor gonna make me come up out that mask. The black man ain't gonna make the oppressor come up out that mask. The oppressor gonna kill me and shoot me down. The black man gonna kill me and shoot me down too. He ain't gonna go kill the oppressor. Before a black man go and kill Zimmerman, he'll kill me first. And find some type of fault in me. My man, my black man, my brother. That Cain slain Abel because Cain, he was lost. It ain't no lie. And right now, you know, my son say, Daddy, why do you want to bring back all of the dead people to fix the world? You can't fix everything. There ain't no way you can fix this. You got to bring the dead people back first. All of them, starting with Abel. You got to bring all of the dead people back. So this will never be fixed. We're going to be at war till we die. The war finna get crazier because you got new generations coming along. And the old generations is dying and fading off. And the new I'm not going to do what I'm the product of the ancestors you couldn't kill. I'm a product of the slaves you couldn't kill. I'm not like Nat Turner. I'm a little different. And
but I do want to say that, you know, a lot of stuff goes past and over people's heads. Like they telling you every day what's going on or what's to come. If you look at the majority of these movies and you in awe and like, oh wow, they got what's the name of that movie where the weather changed and they had to be in that library where they was in New York. And
you talking about the Last Day 2012?
Something like that.
I know.
Something like that. What I'm saying, I use that for an example. A lot of these movies that they are making, people are not really paying attention to the message that they're trying to send to us. It is either in the past or it is in the present or it's coming in the future. So a lot of this stuff is not out just for entertainment. Teach, not just for entertainment. So pay attention to all these movies that's coming out. And you got to know that somebody somewhere is trying to send you a message. And all of these people that's like sending you underlying messages, they are being killed off or they're being quiet. You know, they're quiet in them, you know, because they don't want you to get that. They don't want you to get that message. They don't want you to get that food. So please pay attention to all these people, even white people. Now, I ain't gonna say it's just black people sending messages, but it's white people that's sending us messages through movies, through music, through television shows, like even The Simpsons, even the Proud Dad, the little cartoons and stuff. Pay attention, even Boondocks, stuff like that. Y'all gotta pay attention. It's not just, oh, I don't watch stuff like that. That's for kids. No, they are sending you a whole message and all of this stuff that they put on TV and the social media. So please be mindful of that.
Keto, check this out too. Check this out. I was just talking to my wife and kids about this yesterday. And look, so the world, through music and through movies, the world is recording its demise through music and movies. It's recording what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the movies and the song and the movies and the music It's just letting us know, like you said, it's sending us a message. But I want to say this: everything you just said is so true. But guess what they doing? Guess what I just noticed? And they've been talking about this. You better go watch your kids while your kids on YouTube playing them games and watching. You know when they say, mark this for kids or mark it for adults. You better go watch and see what they got your kids doing right now. Right now. Go look. You're talking subliminal messages. Let me tell you something. Go look. Catch your kid. Go find what your kid is watching on YouTube. And I promise you, you're going to find your kid watching something to the effect of what Keto just said. They're going to be talking nasty. It's going to be a cartoon. But it's going to be delivered in a sex way.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go and listen to it. Because what she just said, the Keto just said it. I ain't doing nothing but confirming what she said. And check this out. Me as a father, me as a daddy, all three of my kids got phones. My daughter got her own purse, and my two sons got their own wallet with their identification in it. This ain't a game with me. What I do with my kids. And so I'm watching my kids, I'm watching my babies, and they don't know how they playing their games. And I be doing my stuff, doing my thing. I don't really be doing nothing. I be really watching what they doing. And they don't got no headphones on. My kids didn't know I was listening, but they don't know what this man is saying. Telling him to put it in and stick it in here, stick it in there.
So you know that cartoon, I can't think of the name of it. It's like I want to say it's Futurama. Or it's some other cartoon that comes on late at night. Now, they know, I was just going to say that, like, they know that these kids up past 10 o'clock.
That's right.
Now, it's not called Nickelodeon, just Nickelodeon. Now, after a certain time, it's called Nick at Night. But come on, now, we all know that kids stay up past 10 o'clock. So they gonna see all these cartoons that's talking dirty on there. So come on now, we already know y'all game. We know what y'all on already.
And what they saying is this right now: those niggas are waking up. The niggas are waking up all across the world now, honey. You know the niggas are waking up all across the world now. You're catching on. What you gonna do about that? Well, we've always been prepared for those niggas to wake up. Right now, this topic that we having, they know that this topic is being had and they monitoring it. Right now, this is my research and my findings. I sit along like Nostradamus. I sit along like God. I can imagine God sitting up high, looking down, watching everything. And I sit along just like that. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm in my little sanctuary. I'm in my secret place. And I sit alone and I research and I study and I brainstorm and I meditate and I think. And I sit there and I say, social media, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, it's being used to keep up with you and me. It's been used to monitor you and me. We get on here and laugh. We get on here and grow. We get on here and talk. We get on here and get to know each other and meet and greet. And we share stories and get to know each other. But little do you know, there is a society. There is an evil entity that's sitting back watching everything being said and done. And they know who the most powerful, smartest ones are. They know who the most dangerous ones are. They know they keeping a log of everything, and you should see how they changing up there. This stuff ain't they're not just looking at this and watching this and having coffee and drinking and eating donuts, but they changing and reconstructing their cities because of it. Shutting down their Section 8s and housings and stuff, housing, government housing, they shutting them down and rebuilding them and putting the blacks and the Mexicans and the poor people in certain spots close to the interstates. And making sure we know how to cut the exits off. So whenever the state of emergency and all hell break loose, we know where the niggers and the Mexicans and all of the poor people at. We ain't got to worry about them jumping up and trying to run and get on that goddamn big old shit when we get on it. Everybody ain't gonna be able to get on the ship. We're gonna have barricades. The National Guard, the martial law officers.
Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about what you just said about they keeping.
You can talk.
Oh, you don't gotta shut up. But look, when you said like they watching who's the smartest and pretty much keeping track on you. Like it be a lot of times I say something just in the air, not on the phone, not on social media, and I could go online and try to look something up. Don't you know what I'm talking about in my household? They got suggestions on what the hell I just got through talking about. Just like these little webcams that you got on your computers and the little web cameras on your TV. They watching you do that. You know what I'm saying? So
they're not gonna tell you how they made that TV. They're not gonna tell you everything about how they made that. They know you're gonna take that TV home and set that TV on that wall, and they're gonna get to watch you and hear everything you're saying, and they can hit a button and can hear and watch everything you're saying.
And that goes back to what I said through the movies. They send the messages through the movies, like Independence Day. Independence Day, they tell you all of that. They got powers to put stuff in your clothes. You don't even know you got stuff in your clothes, stuff in your phone, stuff in your house that they can just one click of a camera. They know what you're doing. If they really want you, just like they put the eye in the sky. And all these people getting shot, all these people getting killed. Don't you know they know who's doing that?
But you know what else? They're not worried about us talking like this and what we know. They're more focused on who's going to stand up and do something about it. That's what they waiting on, that nigger or that Negro or that black leader that can come and do something a lot bigger than what Malcolm and Martin and anybody done ever done. They waiting on you to do that. Then they going to come for you. They're not worried about all of this talk. They don't care about the talk. It's just talk. They already know we talking. They already know what we gonna say before we say it. As far as they concerned, until they get up off their ass and start marching like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, and people start dying, and that type of stuff start happening. We're not gonna kill them until they get that kind of big. When they get too big, then we kill them.
Yeah, when they get too big, they kill them. That's powerful right there, brother. That's powerful right there.
Yeah, yes. Now we got the black people to where we done got them. We done killed so many of their leaders. They don't even want to be. They don't even got a leader to step up anymore. Bob, let's go eat some donuts, Bob. I'm finna go over here and rape somebody today, Bob. I ain't worried about this damn conversation about these damn niggers. They scared to even have a new leader. We done scared the hell out of them. We speak with death. They say bullshit, money talking, bullshit walk. Excuse my language. But the white man say death talk and bullshit walk.
Man.
And that's how they did us. They brought 5,000 of us over here, and then threw half of us off the ship in front of the other 500, and took the 500 over here, and then went back and got some more. Well, them 500 is already over here. They scared as hell now. So when the rest of the people that's coming, the 500 over here, they gonna be so brainwashed and trained. When the rest of the slaves get here, they gonna tell them other slaves, you better do what Mouser said. We got to get the niggas over here and get them trained. We're going to use the niggas to help us slave other niggas. Black people still slaving each other by recruiting. I be telling them, stop recruiting these kids. Right now, you got kids. You got somebody out there waiting to cross paths with your son and my son, your daughter and my daughter. They hoping your son and my daughter ain't got no outstanding guidance in their life. Keto and Gary wasn't there for them. I'll be the Keto. I'll be the Gary. I'll take care of these kids. And they gonna teach our kids to be something that they not. If we don't tell our kids who they are, they gonna tell our kids who they not.
Absolutely.
I don't think it happened. They recruiting the kids now. The kids is a target now. The women prisons done piled up. We got more women prisons than we ever had, and we got more kid prisons than we had. I'm 46, when I was a kid, there wasn't nothing but just men prisons, and women prisons was kind of rising, and it was kind of scary to know that the women prisons was becoming, the way it was. There was more women prisons being built, but there wasn't a whole lot of women prisons out of control, and there wasn't a whole lot, but there was a lot of male prisons. We just had a male prison problem. Now we got a male prison problem, a woman prison problem now, and a kid prison
And the
problem.
kids' prison problem. Absolutely.
Wait. Not just a kid prison problem, not a juvenile. Now they locking up the babies now. And ISIS and immigration camps and shit stuff.
Oh, that's another live. That's another live, brother. I'm telling you, because that right there, that hurt my heart right there. When I seen that,
They coming for our kids, and even in the food, I was looking at this one, that gerbil food, the wheat gerbil. The black sister, I did a story on it on my channel. The black sister, she had regular oatmeal gerbil baby food, and then she had the wheat gerbil baby food. And you could take the magnet and put the magnet in the Ziploc bag, put the food in the Ziploc bag and put the magnet on it, and the magnet gonna bring up the arsenic and all of the metals and irons that's in that food that's going inside that baby. The black sister noticed that her black baby, when he was eating the regular food, the baby was fine, but all of a sudden when she started eating the baby the wheat, the baby started getting sick and started boo-booing. So somebody told her to go buy these magnets and pour that baby wheat food out and pour it into a bag and take the magnet and put it on the bag and see if she could pull up the magnet that's inside that food. And when she put that magnet on that bag, she pulled up all kind of magnet, iron and metal that was inside that wheat food. They coming for your babies. I don't get caught up in the lights. I don't care about the cars. I don't care about the houses, the money, the material possessions, and all of the riches. I'm not focused on none of that. I don't care about any of the shine. That's the illusion part. That's the part that's tricking you and fooling you. I don't care about the clothes, the shoes. I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm too busy looking at the bigger picture. I see something that y'all eyes don't see. I hear something that y'all eyes don't hear. Once upon a time, I only seen what your eyes see, what the rest of the world eyes hear. But I don't think like the rest of the world. I don't see like the rest of the world. This is dangerous, what I'm saying. You know, I try to be careful with this. It's really dangerous for us, and I refuse to be silenced. I refuse to be silent. I can't be silenced.
And I want to touch on that too, because Ms. Royal said McDonald's putting human DNA in their food, and I was telling somebody, I don't know who that was. I guess it was Maz or whoever. I don't be keeping up. But anyways, they came in and they were saying, well, keto, before you started doing keto, was you a vegan or a vegetarian? And I said, I tried vegan before, but, only did it for a month. And she goes on to say that they're poisoning the meat and, you shouldn't eat meat and catch cancer from this meat. So, that's my feel right there. I like when people challenge me with stuff like that, because here's the thing. Nothing that we eat and nothing that we drink is safe. You want to know why? Because they putting chemicals in everything and on everything. It is, if you're not growing your food, guess what? You're at risk to catch cancer from anything. You're at risk from catching cancer just by breathing this air. So, it's designed to keep us at the bottom. You feel me? Like I looked at a show. Well, it's not a show, a press conference from the House of Representatives, and it was focused on what would happen if like the food turned bad or the water turned bad.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk.
And they pretty much said they got a safe haven for the Caucasians. They pretty much said that. So when it all boils down to it, when they trying to build a whole nother nation on Mars, they're going to leave our black asses down here on Earth to suffer.
So I'm trying to tell you this. And in reference to what you're saying, that's true. The time, have you ever seen the drug dealers go crazy when they couldn't get no drugs? And it's a drought. And they start getting mad and upset. You ever seen that happen before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about we set up a drought
on the food. It's about to be a drought because the war is in the food. The war ain't just in the guns. It ain't in the missiles. It's in the food. Mm-hmm. It's in the water. Mm-hmm. The time is about to come to where you ain't gonna have no water to drink. You ain't gonna have no food to drink.
Mm-hmm.
The time is about to come to where when they say the water is bad over there, don't drink it. Ain't nobody gonna care. Nonchalant. Remember, there's gonna be the one people that's awakening and conscious and know. Then there's gonna be those that never took the time out to wake up and know. So when the ones that's not waking up and don't know pull up on the ones that do know, the ones that some of them not gonna have time or the patience to help a person that don't know. And that's what's happening right now. The food is already being tampered with right now. They doing it now.
Yes,
Pretty
it is.
soon it's gonna be cool.
I agree with that because I do feel like cancer is at an all-time high.
But listen, pay attention now. Y'all the ones started this.
I didn't hear nothing Jay Dunn said. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I didn't hear what Jay Dunn said.
Say that again, because she didn't hear what you said. Say something.
I said that cancer is at an all-time high today.
Yeah, it is. So Gary,
go ahead, Keto.
Gary, I'm gonna put you on mute real quick because I know that's your mic giving that feedback. So you got the right. I'm gonna put your mic on mute real quick so I can hear what Jay Dunn saying, and then you can take your mic off mute whenever you're ready to talk. So give me 1 second. All right, go ahead, Jay Dunn.
Oh no, I was just saying that cancer is at an all-time high, and it didn't used to be that way back in the day. It wasn't that many people with cancer and all these types of illnesses. There wasn't children with ADHD and all this type of stuff going on. But one thing that I will say about Gary, what he was saying about the water, I drink tap water simply because I grew up, I survived Hurricane Katrina. And I remember after Katrina, people were so scared of the water. But even the water that was given to us still wasn't the best water, to the point to where you don't even know where the water came from. So for me, I took it upon myself because I'm like, if this water is bottled from somewhere, we really still don't know where it came from. I'm not going to keep paying my money, scared to drink water, and I don't even know where the water that's in the bottle is coming from. So I started drinking tap water, and I drink tap water everywhere I go. And people think that's crazy. They think it's weird. But I just feel like if you don't know the origin of the water, you don't know the origin of the water through the tap, nor do you know it through the bottle. So just drink and live is my thought.
I'm gonna take Gary off the mute because I know he's trying to say something, but yeah, that's a little bit better though. I don't know what you did. That's a little bit better.
I tried to do something, Keto. I ain't saying I tried. I'm over here trying. And that's what she just said.
Yeah, and I agree with her.
Me too.
At first, I used to always say, I don't want to drink tap water. I don't want to drink it from the sink or whatever. I'm going to get bottled water. But that's just a waste of damn money right there. It's a waste of money because, to me, I think it's the same water. They just putting tap water in bottles. That's how I feel. Okay,
well, the county I live in, we drink water out of water bottles. We can't drink the water out. We can't drink the water in the county. This county done already had the chemical plant to blow up in it one time. Killed a lot of people too.
Yeah, and that's what happened in Michigan. My cousin, he lives in Michigan, and I'm talking about they ain't had no water for months and months and months. And he said they still have to drink water, from the water bottles. And at first it wasn't even safe for them to take baths and showers in that water. So come on now, y'all gotta wake up.
Okay, I'm supposed to say this to y'all. And y'all supposed to always remember this and keep an eye on it like you've been doing. You've been doing good for what I'm hearing, listening to you. Y'all been doing good with paying attention and being aware and alert. But I'm supposed to say this to y'all. This topic, the reason why it's being had the way it is, because they're not going to force it on you. It's not going to just, what's about to take place, it's not going to just happen all at once. It's going to be eased in on you. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, all hell gonna break loose. I don't know if it's gonna be in our generation of time. I don't know if it's gonna be in our kids and our grandbabies. I don't know what generation this is supposed to be, but I'm supposed to say this to y'all, that there is a time coming to where the wars that you see going on in the other countries, the tsunamis that you see going on in the other countries, the catastrophic catastrophe events, the trials, the tribulations, the storms that you see going on in other countries. I'm supposed to say to you that it's coming to you. And get ready. I'm supposed to say this, that you may not live to see it. I'm supposed to say it might be the generations that's coming after you. I'm supposed to say that, tell you that you're supposed to be sharing this with your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. I'm supposed to say to you, don't worry about whether they listening or not. There wasn't nobody worried when you weren't listening. And they still told you anyway. I'm supposed to tell you to stop worrying about who listening to you when you speak. I'm supposed to say that to you, especially you, Miss Keto. And you too, Miss Last Don. Stop worrying about who listening, whether they listening or not. Because God done already gave you a crowd. He done already appointed and established you. We gonna come once you speak. They gonna come. We gonna come. We gonna come to listen. We want to hear what you got to say. This the only platform we got. This the only voice we got. Once upon a time we didn't have no voice. Once upon a time we didn't have no platform. They trying to get nonprofits and 501c3s to get their platforms. They paying you to have one on here. And they're coming up with ways to get their money back. They like Social Security disability. They know how to get their money back. The government know how to get his money back. I could tell y'all some stories, and they can get me killed because I would be opening up minds that has never been opened before. My life story is priceless. I'm banned from every Social Security office in the country. I can't go in no Social Security office in America, but I still get $780 faithfully every first of the month. And I've been banned and I did nothing wrong. I didn't go to jail. They just tried to run a game on me, and I was too smart. And now they want to know. And they banned me back in 2012, and they want to know if I want to appeal it. Why would I want to appeal it? I never wanted to come in there and pull a number anyway. Now I get to sit on my ass. I get to sit on my ass and collect $780 every first of the month, and I don't got to see you to get it. I may not get 40 acres in the mule, but y'all giving me something. Oh, it's hush money anyway. It's shut up money. And I did nothing positive to get this money. And when I go and try to get a job, y'all the same people who say I can't get that job because of a felony. And when I go and try to get an apartment, you the same people who say I can't get that apartment because of a felony. And now that I got these babies, y'all the same people who told their mamas that they can't file child support on me. Because what y'all look like what the government look like taking money from the government and giving it back to the child support woman. Boy, my baby mamas was mad when they closed them child support cases. I told them, you ain't got to go to child support. I'm giving y'all money anyway. The judge done told one of my baby mamas, you greedy. Mr. Armstrong just walked up here and dumped a backpack full of paperwork on my desk before I knew it. I didn't give her a chance to tell me don't do it. I dumped all that paperwork on her desk. You say you want the truth? Here it is in my Tupac voice. Well, here it is. Here it is. And she said, oh, no, it was too late. I done dumped it all in there. The other Mexican came before me, the Mexican brother that came before me, he didn't have all his paperwork. The judge said, if you'd have had everything Mr. Armstrong got, I could have done for you what I'm finna do for him. She ain't never, like Tupac saying, you ain't never had a friend like me. Your Honor, you ain't never had a client like me. I got paperwork with my conversation. I got pictures with my car. I got over 4,000 pictures come with my recovery, my rehabilitation, the new leaf that Mr. Gary Armstrong turned over after 30 different prisons, 8 county jails, 6 city jails, 2 prison numbers in 2 different states, shot and stabbed. That was my den. This is my now. That was my famine. This is my harvest. Well, by law, in my child support case, she said I have to ask the mother, is she comfortable with the decision I'm making by law, whether I go along with it or not. By law, I'm supposed to ask. So she asked my kid's mom, is you comfortable? My kid's mom told her, no, I'm not. I feel like this. She said, you was greedy. And sit down. You greedy. This man just walked in here and with all of this paperwork and proved why he can't do this and can't do that and been doing it anyway. And she called all my cases closed. Child support can't touch me. I don't get no sanctions. And the other kid, and I got one kid I ain't seen in 4 or 5 years because I wouldn't be with her and I chose to be with my wife. So I can't see my daughter and I ain't seen her in 5 years. And I took her and my wife to the Golden Corral out to eat. Me and my wife doing everything the right way. And I got $250 in my pocket. And she ain't even put me on no child support. I just want to be a responsible and accountable dad. And here go $250. You can go do child support all you want. You can't take my manhood from me. You can't take my good intent. You can't take this goodness from me. I'm still going to be a good person. I'm still going to be a good dad. You may take my daughter and take my chance of being a good dad, but you can't take that from me. So I tried to give her the $250. She didn't want it. She threw it back at me. I threw it back at her. That's the last time I seen my daughter. And that's my punishment because I won't deal with her. And me and my wife would be leaving. She would see me leaving the house and she would drive up the street and try to wait on me. I tell my wife, babe, see there? My wife know I don't get down like that. I say, babe, look at there. She up the street thinking I'm finna come to her. She don't know you with me this time. I'm glad you with me this time. Hell yeah. I'm glad you. I said, babe, look, but not to create no problems. But as soon as she saw my wife in the car, she turned her car on and went off. I've never stopped for you when I wasn't with my wife. But I'm glad she with me today. So she get a chance to see what you be doing whether I'm with her and when I'm not with her. So I ain't seen my daughter in 5 years. That's my punishment.
Oh my God.
And the judge closed all of them cases. And them women took my kids from me and won't let me see my babies. That's my punishment. My life is a trip. It's weird as hell. That's why I don't complain. I look at the people that's complaining. And the white brother, he killed himself this past Christmas because his woman wouldn't let him see his daughter. So he killed himself.
Wow.
It's pissed me off. You gonna kill yourself? What about all other times you couldn't see her, you didn't kill yourself? I ain't gonna never kill myself if I can't see my kids. I'm gonna stay alive. But my mama wasn't lying when she told me when they get of age, they gonna come look for you.
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
My oldest son, she took us. So I don't want to get off topic, but you talking about exposing. Keto wasn't lying when she said some stuff need to be exposed. Keto, you on point, girl. You killed this one. You did good on this.
Man, I may just have a part 2, but y'all, I hate to end this live, but I gotta get up early in the morning. And I know it's late for some of y'all.
Y'all tired.
And
I still want to keep going.
I know. I know.
I got a story to tell, Keto. You got me started. I ain't gonna tell my story to nobody but Keto.
I know, but listen.
So Keto, check this out. Before you kill this one. So I've been banned from every social security office in the country. That story right there. Oh man. Oh yeah, Keto. I've been banned from this hospital here in Colorado too, because I wouldn't let them remove the bullet. Because at one hospital, the lady was injecting people with hepatitis. But that's another story. I know you gotta continue on with your mission. So I ain't gonna keep talking. I'm gonna get some control of my mouth. But I have enjoyed you. I have enjoyed The Last Gun. It's been a blessing. I want y'all to know this. I don't see no mamas. I don't see no daddies, no uncles. I don't see nobody. I feel like I'm still doing time right now. But that's what's been keeping me free too. You got to bring the program of being incarcerated. And sometimes you got to come out here and apply that same program out here. Meaning I incarcerated myself because I know you can make a decision and can change my life for the rest of my life. Plus, this been keeping me free, keeping to myself, staying to myself, staying out the way. No clubs, no bars. I don't drink. I don't hang out. Smoke my little bud and mind my business. but I stay to myself. I don't see nobody, no family, none of that. They talk about they solo keto. Last time they talk about they stick to themselves. I've been sitting back watching it. They lying. I live it. I can tell you what it's like to be to yourself. I can tell you what it feel like to feel like you ain't got nobody and God is all you got. I can tell you I can help a person get out and stay out. I'm gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna keep on talking. Because Keto said she got a part 2 coming, and I'm gonna shut up to the part 2.
Yeah. I got a part 2 coming. And as y'all know, I work during the week, kind of late hours. So okay. I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Like,
take your time, Keto. Take your time. Let God give God some of it. Let him have some of it. We ain't in charge. Don't make me get my kids. They'll tell you we ain't in charge. We're not in charge.
Jazz say keep going. I wish I could, sis. I really do, but I got to get myself prepared for tomorrow and get it together because I've been up all day, running all day. But I definitely don't want this to end. Man, this was a real good live, and I appreciate each and every last one of you guys for participating in this live. I appreciate Brother Gary. I appreciate Jay Dunn. Jay Dunn just don't know how much I appreciate her right at this very moment. I really appreciate her for sending people over to my live and for, just believing in what I can bring to, YouTube. You feel me? So you guys have a good night, and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow.
Keto.
Yeah.
One thing that I will say, you moving towards in the right direction now. And if you needed a message, if I needed a message, Gary came through and gave us both the message. So
yes, he did.
Need to do. You doing what you need to do. Keep doing what you need to do. The people gonna come through because guess what? We are both covered, and guess what? Evil will never prevail. Period.
I like that. That speaks volume right there. Real talk. I like that. So, like I said, you guys, if Jadon done talking, I think Gary gone. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna make it my business to see y'all tomorrow. And there's still people coming in. I feel so bad. I don't want to end it, but I have to. So good night to y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Bye, y'all.